Hello everybody, HyperSlayer72 here, and welcome to another video. I am returning with the Perfect Pet series in Wizard101 after a fairly long break. So let's go ahead and get right into this. This will be a collection of clips that I gathered over the process of trying to get a pet that has 3 heals on it and no other traits. The pet that I am trying to get 3 heals on is the Baby Dactyl. I wanted to get them on the Baby Dactyl because it gives me a Stormblade, and that can be useful in battles. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So I'm following a basic formula to get this triple heal pet. I'm basically going to take 2 pets. One pet will have Fairy and Unicorn on it, and the other one will have Unicorn and Energizing Battery on it. I will hatch these 2 pets together until I get a pet that has all 3 of those traits, the Fairy, Unicorn, and Energizing Battery, and once I am certain that that pet that I hatch has those traits, I will raise it up to Ancient. Now, if any time along the way I get another trait that isn't one of those 3 heals, I will scrap the pet, wait until my hatch timer is ready for a new hatch, and I will try again. I had to do this about twice for each set of parents, so I got very lucky with not having to do this process over and over again. Although do know that you may not get as lucky if you try the same thing. So let's go ahead and get right started in here. I am flicking through all of the images and clips I have in the editor itself, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. Right now we're looking at Toby and Duke Collie. They are 2 pets that have all 3 types of heals that I want, but there is one problem with them, and that is that Duke Collie is a Frankenbunny, and that means that if I hatch them together, I want to eliminate the fact that I may get a Frankenbunny and not a Baby Dactyl. So after I believe 1 or 2 hatches, I got Abby, and you are now seeing the training section for her. I, on my first set, got Unicorn when she reached teen, and now moving on to when she reached adult. You get to see a little bit of a just me doing the dance game here, and moving on, I fed her the snack, and I was happy to see that I got Fairy. So the reason and benefit of this, you're actually getting to see the final traits right now on her, and the reason that this is so good is because I now have a pure 2 heal pet that is also a Baby Dactyl that can replace my Frankenbunny that I showed you previously. Now, seeing as I needed to have Toby, obviously, I haven't shown you the training montage for Toby. If you look back a little bit or just see now, Toby is the other pet, the one that has both Energizing Battery and Unicorn on it. Now things may be getting a little bit complicated here. Hopefully me editing this will make things a little bit more understandable. So now, unfortunately, I lost the clips for training Toby. I deleted them by accident. So yeah, that's that. But honestly, you don't need to see that because the process of raising a pet is fairly simple and repetitive. So after I got Toby, you can see his traits here, or at least you used to be able to. He has Energizing Battery and Unicorn on it, and now I have Abby, who has Unicorn and Fairy. So I am perfectly set up for a new set of parents, those who you are seeing now, Toby and Abby. So I now repeated the same process that I did the first time. I simply hatched Toby and Abby together until I got a pet that gave me the traits Energizing Battery, Unicorn, and Fairy. Once I had secured a pet with all 3 of those traits, I began to train it. So what you're seeing now is me training actually a failed pet. Her name was Lady Katie, and I really don't care about the names, guys. And sadly, I got first, I believe, Fairy and then Unicorn, and then I got Stormzilla. So that was a fairly disappointing failure, but I got over it, and I waited a good 12 hours and went for it again. What you are now seeing is Prince Tigra. In the first training session, I got, let's see here. I got Fairy Friend on him. Actually, no, that was when I got him to Adult. So I got Unicorn on him, and then I got Fairy Friend on him. You'll get to see the little training sessions here. And moving on, the final, lo and behold, raising him up to Ancient, I got Energizing Battery. So I was really thrilled then. I was glad that I was recording it and all of that jazz. So that's that, guys. I got a pet that has 3 heals on it. You'll get to see the final photo here. I may train him up to get his stat bars maxed out, but I don't think that that would affect anything. I wanted to ask you guys whether or not you feel increasing the outgoing and incoming stats on it will increase how often it heals me. I do not believe that that is true, but if it is, be sure to let me know down in the comments. So I'm going to go ahead and also leave down in the description of this video a link, if I can find it, to the original tutorial that I followed for getting this pet. This is a fairly straightforward process, but it can cost a lot of gold and pets, and it can be hard to do. I couldn't find the guide, I'm sorry. Well, everyone, just wanted to say thank you for watching. I had to go ahead and cut out some of the bullcrap that I had said, just to make things shorter. So, again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, dislike, unsubscribe, do all that stuff, and I will see you in the next video.